this was going to be a song review about Ariana Grande's new singles, but if you couldn't tell by the title of this video already, she obviously has brought nothing new to the table.
Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be in like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking it up. I'm living, I'm picking it up. You love it how I move. You love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you will believe God is a woman. This is the part when I say I don't want it. I'm stronger than I've been before. This is the part when I break free. 'Cause if you want to keep me, you gotta got to love me harder. Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about me all night. I've been there all day, and boy, you got me walking side to side.
And look, I don't hate her music as much as it seems. I mean, I made a whole video about my top 13 favorite Ariana Grande songs in the past. She is one of the world's greatest brats, obviously next to the Kardashians, but her music at least is not on Kanye West, Chris Brown, or Drake level bad.
In fact, I do agree that she has one of the best voices of pop since Celine Dion. What angers me the most about her is that for a girl with such talent, she's putting her pop star character more into her body rather than into her intelligence and creative songwriting.
And this is not just an Ariana Grande problem. This has been going on since basically the beginning of famous time. There are just some female artists who rely more on their bodies than their voices or their creative talent. And those types of artists usually fade away into obscurity, and they're not really brought up again until someone does research.
Why do you think stars like Diana Ross, Ella Fitzgerald, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, TLC, Beyonce, Madonna, Lady Gaga, Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and even the late Aretha Franklin still come to the popular consciousness? Because they've made their marks by doing things differently in the pop genre world, and they had the voices to prove it. Ariana Grande could have been one of those if she suddenly stops making music, but unfortunately, if she continues on this route, she's going to be remembered more as a laughingstock rather than a serious artist. This also goes for recent female singers like Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Camila Cabello, and a lot of female artists who seem to drop after one single.
These stars are not only lacking creativity and humility to themselves, but they're also lacking relatability. And here's exactly what I mean.
Female singers I do love in this day and age are Halsey, Alicia Cara, Kesha, and Lady Gaga because they write songs to grasp the hearts of the audience. Yes, all four of them have completely different vocal styles, but their material makes them more unique. Halsey is one of the first female artists to write songs about being bisexual, when before that was all hush-hush. Alicia Cara's type is the girl who acts like a normal outcasted teenager who hates parties and hates what the media tries to push on girls negatively. Kesha evolved from her party girl stigma and decided to write songs on her own accord about healing, inner strength, and forgiveness. Lastly, Lady Gaga is the most experimental, but she never stuck to one type of musical genre to create her music. Plus, with all of the weird outfits she wore, she never cared about what the public thought of her. She only cared about what she wanted. All of these artists I mentioned only care about their music and how the audience would take it positively, while unfortunately, artists like Ariana and Selena think that the only way to get famous is creating worthless songs paired up with music videos that show their almost naked bodies on camera.
But she's beautiful.
However, relatability is not the only concern here. It's range, which is crucial if you want to be a serious singer. Let's listen to Ariana again.
'Cause if you want to keep me, you gotta love me harder.
Though the lyrics don't mean much, she's got the voice that everyone from the 90s would be jealous of. She can sing both low and high notes without fail. If she were in a choir, the director could have put her anywhere that needed an increase. As for the artist I'd like, it's easy to say that they have clear vocal parts. Halsey's a straight-up alto. Alicia Cara might as well have been an alto or a soprano too. Kesha kinda has a range, but she prefers the low notes. Lady Gaga has range also, but she sticks mostly in the middle. Now, what about the artists who are more sexy than talented? Well, I pretty much said it, but I'm not gonna be too picky. Demi Lovato has range for sure, but it's not used too well or often. Taylor Swift had range before, but then she mostly shouts in her more modern songs. Camila Cabello strains her voice too much and she sounds like a mouse through a megaphone. Then Selena Gomez can't really sing at all. What does that say about our pop standards?
Wait.
Maybe the range thing is an issue is because we've come to that point in time that for music to be music, it also incorporates what technology can do. And yes, that ticks me off slightly, but not to the point where I'm just going to ignore all modern pop music in general. So when it comes to range, obviously that's on the bottom of my critiques as for my song reviews and this discussion.
Halsey, Alicia Cara, Kesha, and Lady Gaga are at the top of their games right now. They still have hits right now, and they are the stars girls inspire to be. Yes, the others still have hits too, but really the only person who has hits in the top 15 right now, or even around that range, is Ariana Grande. So basically, Camila, Selena, Demi, and Taylor are known in the media when something really controversial happens. Like, the last time people have talked about Selena Gomez in the news is when something is relating to Justin Bieber.
But let's face it, if it wasn't for him, Selena would never have made it past Wizards of Waverly Place.
Camilla's not really there at all, though her songs are on the radio. Taylor only makes the news when it's involving a new boyfriend, or she has a song that's ripping another celebrity apart like it has been for years. Then the last Demi has been on the news is because of... Sadly, yes, and unfortunately, this is not her first time in the news when it relates to drugs either.
So for the artists I do like, obviously, we haven't seen anything controversial with these guys, at least yet. Except for Lady Gaga, but of course everyone critiques Lady Gaga for her, out of the normness, but that's besides the point. Ariana has become the outlier of the situation because obviously she does have the good things, like range, for example, for the good artists, but then she has everything else of the bad artists, which means the lack of relatability, and the fact that she has often made the news for more controversial stuff. And I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Because Ariana has that middle ground, it's hard to say whether she is a bad artist or a good artist.
As I said before, Ariana is not entirely a bad singer. She has that voice. She has it, and I just want her to use it better. It's because, as I said before, her songs are completely mediocre. She's basically singing the same thing over and over again, and even if she tries to get creative, it leads back to the mediocrity. So, it brings up the question of basically why is she leaning more into I want to be sexy rather than I want to be actually an innovative singer. And this kind of reminds me of another artist who was basically going through the same thing.
We all know the Miley Cyrus evolving from Disney's Hannah Montana to twerking against Robin Thicke's crotch to recovering from her addiction and getting back together with Liam Hemsworth. So I'm gonna cut to the chase. Ariana was first discovered on Nickelodeon for Victoria Justice's show, Victorious, as basically the dumb redhead. Soon as the show ended, or even before that, Ariana skyrocketed to being a pop singer. It wasn't until Victorious ended when she went the Miley Cyrus route, but Ariana Grande didn't share the going into drugs part. Oh no, she literally became one of the bitches I hated in high school. The I'm beautiful so you should notice me and be jealous of me type.
Not today, Satan.
That donut never had a living chance. Regardless of that, Ariana is the type of singer that I would personally put into something I'd like to call the nostalgia category. That she's basically famous because people her age, or fans her age, I should say, remember her for one thing, and now that she's done something else, they want to support her doing that something else. Something, of course, that Miley Cyrus has fallen into because her fans have grown up with her and they're basically understanding what she was going through. Now, with that, Miley Cyrus, even though she made an album post her Hannah Montana and her, what I like to call, interesting years, I don't think that album has really made it out there as much as her work in the past because, of course, now that she's trying to go the, what I would like to call the Kesha way of things, I don't think it's really come across people's minds that this is what Miley Cyrus is doing, and am I saying that she might fall way into obscurity because of this? Probably not. I mean, at least I hope not, because I believe Miley Cyrus does have the talent. She does have the talent to make herself as famous as she wants. With Ariana, I just hope that she definitely does not fall into that obscurity, and I hope she does eventually learn her lesson. I mean, she's still young, so probably not until the next couple years. I'm not being spiteful, I'm just being realistic. I'm Cait Cher, and it's been real. Ciao!